Hey, it's Jason. Thanks for tuning in. I'm doing something really interesting here. I'm helping out a local Land Rover enthusiast, and they are entering in October 6th through 15th, through the deserts of Nevada, Utah, and California, a multi-day desert off-road 4x4 rally. What is the Rebelle Rally, right? Well, ultimately, as you can see here, it is a multi-day event through some pretty wicked terrain.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective.
More importantly, I want to walk you through and talk about her car and give you a little bit of background on the rally and what they're doing. This will be the first time a classic Land Rover Defender is in the competition. They have a Land Rover Defender, I think it's a 91 200 TDI that they will be using as part of the event. So let's go ahead and hop around the back and talk about the car, and I'll show you what we're working with.
Hi there, my name is Sarah Crabtree. I'm a contender this year for the Rebelle Rally, which is an 8-day event consisting of an all-women's rally across the Utah and California deserts. I am taking my 1992 Defender 110, Classic 110, out to this event, and I'm hoping that you will be able to get some enjoyment out of this video and find some inspiration to follow my story for sponsorship. And yeah, let's take a look around.
So I noticed this particular Defender is a left-hand drive. Mine is actually a right-hand drive. So why is that?
Yes, so this truck actually was made for the rest of the European market, or the rest of world market that had left-hand drive vehicles. This truck in particular actually came out of Italy.
So it's the Italian Defender flavor.
Yes. Absolutely. And what was really awesome about that is when I first bought the car and had it checked out by the shop that I now work for, actually, it was then a great positive to hear that the bulkhead, and the frame were relatively rust-free. That's always a big concern when buying Defenders, is making sure that those two essential parts of the truck are relatively rust-free when inquiring purchase.
Yeah, because they're known to kind of rot away, right? And
yeah, they certainly can without proper maintenance and care. Now, mine in particular has since been sprayed with undercoating on the outside and a protective coating on the inside of the frame as well. The bulkhead, that's just kind of...
What protective coating did you use on the underside?
So we use a particular product called HUD 12,
okay.
And that's a really great coating that's sprayable, so it's really easy to work with, but it really does the job of protecting the car.
So a takeaway there, if you're a Defender, or even I would say any vintage Range Rover, Land Rover, whatever, protect it from rust. I feel like I'm doing that every year on my Land Rovers.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what's great about the HUD is that once I'm done off-roading for the winter season, I can spray the undercarriage and it's good to go, just to keep doing protective maintenance for that sort of. So these are rock sliders is what they're called, and they basically serve the purpose of keeping rocks away from the body. They're also great to use as a step for when you're coming up. I have put protective tape on mine to help give a little grip when you're stepping up. But yeah, so say you're in a very tight gully, you're going downhill, and there, you have rocks pushed up right here against you. This provides a little bit of protection for your body.
Yeah, I wish I had sliders on mine just to get to the top.
Yeah,
I have to get a 6-foot extension ladder.
Yeah, yeah. I also recommend them for side impact. Your doors really don't have much protection on them when it comes to crash ratings. So normally most cars, since you're taller, with most Defenders, this provides some crash impact.
I'm super excited that this is going to be in the rally.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think you guys are going to win.
Oh, I hope so. Absolutely. We're definitely
And beat all these Jeeps that I see out there.
Yeah. What's really awesome about this truck is that we're actually the first Classic Defender to be registered for the event. In all of its 7 years, we are the first Classic Defender to go out there. So what's really exciting about that is that we're really trying to promote this vehicle to help give a sense of community amongst all Land Rover fans, owners, enthusiasts, whatever you may be. And so we're really trying to give rally the troops, so to speak, and send this out as a collective message of community, Land Rover community, in this event. Because often we'll see new Land Rovers out there. A new Defender was just there last year, and while we certainly salute to the old Defender, you really, the new boss is not the same as the old. When you think Land Rover, you think best 4x4 by far. This is the sought-after model that has been contended for many years for its rugged dependability and classic look, all things of when you think best 4x4 by far. The Land Rover was first established in 1948, and they first introduced the series models, which went up into 1980, and that's when the Defender model was introduced. So they made the 90, and then this is a 110 model. They came with different engine options. This one in particular has the 200 TDI, which was not known for being a very powerful engine, but certainly very torquey, which made it incredibly dependable for off-roading and for agricultural use, as it was advertised for. This truck in particular is modeled with the R380 gearbox and their notorious transfer cases that are able to change from low to high gears rather gracefully, and therefore help the driver to respond to the terrain that they find themselves facing in.
So what do you plan to do to the Defender in preparation for the event in October?
So the biggest concern with this event is the risk of rollovers. There's possible dune crossing involved in this event, and so the number one thing that we're really trying to focus on is getting an exterior roll cage on the vehicle for the safety of not only myself and my navigator, but for the car as well. This car is very near and dear to me, so I hate to see it get crushed out in the desert.
Because there's a lot of dunes and sand, and that's going to be a bit new for both of you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. All of my off-road experience has been in the mountains, so this will certainly be quite a bit of a different terrain to learn by, but I'm very excited for. We also plan on putting a new steering box in it. It's a little bit worn. It certainly will help with the handling, which is very essential in this. Auxiliary fuel tank for the sake of being able to last through the different challenges throughout the day.
So how big is the auxiliary fuel tank?
That adds an extra 5 gallons. Yeah.
And where's that going to go?
So normally the auxiliary fuel tanks in this little, right here where the fuel filler is, the tank will sit right here.
Okay.
And so you just take the filler hose itself out.
Yep.
And then the tank sits here snugly, bolts up to the body, and then you get a different hose to extend to.
So you're going to put inside, and you mentioned spares,
any and all spares, yeah. Thankfully,
and then you have to have a limited amount of tools. I take it you don't need a ton, I guess.
Yeah,
but
thankfully,
enough
battery tools are readily available to help with bigger jobs, such as spare tires and things like that. But yeah, I plan on bringing as many tools, as many parts as I can fit into the truck.
Yeah. Any other comfort feature things that you plan to add, or you're just going to roll with it? And
actually, a cassette player.
A cassette player.
You are not allowed to have any sort of electronic devices by any means in this competition, but I'm one who always prefers music when I drive, so I plan on installing a cassette player into the car.
So it's interesting because when my Defender was imported to me, it had a cassette player in it.
Yeah.
With the cassette, some Billy Joel was already in it.
Yeah.
So my first drive of my Defender was listening to Billy Joel.
Oh. If you'd like to support myself and my teammate Helene, you can find us on Instagram at Team Rover Landing, where you'll also find our GoFundMe link if you'd like to support us financially. Otherwise, feel free to spread the word amongst the 4x4 and Land Rover community. Thanks so much. Wish us luck.